Alright guys, welcome back. Now, you probably gonna hear me in a weird way because I changed my PC. This is a new PC. It's gonna take me a while to get it set it up back how it was in terms of quality of like audio and stuff like that. I still have to download a couple of programs to make it like sound better and stuff like that. I will. It's just that I wanted to make a video. It's been a while since I've been able to make a video because I had people over and stuff like that. Some of you know, some of you don't. It doesn't matter. What I want to talk to you today is, as long as you can hear me, it's fine, is the new tier list that I got from the CN Bros, right? So the CN Bros sent me the tier list for 1.6 current time. So Getian is not out yet, so it's not included. Now, the only thing for this one is that it is a little bit low quality, low poly. I don't know what happened. I don't know where he got it. Why is it so low poly? Maybe as a lower resolution phone. I don't know. So the tier list, as you can see here, this is Limbo 1, 2, 3. It's the different tiers. I don't know. They were like cut differently. You had to do like three. Now, as you can see here in T0, there's a little more people than usual, right? And it's mainly because of the current Limbo. As you know, Limbo has different like as 15 days of life, and during these 15 days they have different flaruses. So the reason why these characters are here is because the Limbo is weak to these two elements. So why is 37 there? 37 is there because of that reason. Now, as you can see, there are also other characters that creep over from the other tiers, such as Ezra, for example. Ezra is a new addition, is wasn't as high on 1.5, and Lilia, pretty good. Now, all of these in T1 are not like they're not sorted, so they're everyone at the same level. Even though, let's say Yenise is here, doesn't mean she heals less than someone else, right? She still heals good. For example, Balloon Party being here does not mean that she's lower than Yenise. It's just I might be wrong. I believe that this is the thing, right? So what we can do is check Limbo, and then we're gonna check Global. On Limbo, as you can see, Chu and 37 are on top, and you can see why. It's probably this the current super omega meta team. 37 going strong, and thanks to Chu, even outside of this Limbo, if you have a really good build, good build 37, even P0. If you have Chu as well, you're gonna boost her performance by a lot, because 37 has the whole follow up attacks and stuff. So it's very important to remember that, because otherwise you're gonna be like, I'm gonna pull 37 when she comes out. Ooh, she's really good, and then you don't pull for Chu, right? If you don't pull for Chu, and now 37 is not gonna be worth anymore, right? I personally still think that if you don't plan on getting Chu because you got Calabauna or you got Eternity, you don't really give any of a fuck about Chu, and you don't get it, then you shouldn't get 37. If you are thinking about damage, if it's your waifu or whatever, I don't know, and I don't care. Feel free to skip together anyway. Now, 6 is there because it's he does he does what he does. It's like Jesus Christ basically, right? And pickles because it's very flexible and he is mineral. Otherwise, it would be like tier 1 or tier 2. The others are situational, and in this case, it's understandable because they have different flaruses and they don't have any power. They don't have the advantage, right, for the Limbo. So the important one is global. This is global. As you can see here, there's been an addition of a zero point 0.5, because to be fair, that's kind of needed, right? Because like you have T0 and T1, but what if a character is not insane, but it's not even T1 yet, right? It's stronger than T1, but it's not as crazy and universal for a T0. That's why they did a T0.5. As you can see here, the good and strong characters that we just got in Global, Calabauna and Jessica, are doing extremely good. This is 1.6, which means that from now in Global until 1.6 at least, which is in like the next 4 months, right? You're gonna be safe. If you go Calabona and Jessica, you're gonna be safe as hell. You're gonna be like, ooh, nice, nice. And now I can. Now you have Jessica and Calabona. You're good to go. So as you can see on T0, Chew is here. Nobody is surprised. Also, Six is here. Nobody is surprised. Actually, I am surprised that he was in T0 last time. I don't know what happened. Maybe they changed they added some new content. I think this is before the roguelike. This is before the roguelike, so it's not going to help a lot. It's going to be which means that these characters perform very very well outside of the new mode, so they might perform worse or even better inside the roguelike. I'm sure there's going to be, I didn't try the roguelike, I'm going to try the roguelike on today on stream, which I'm going to start doing again now that I don't have people over anymore. But as you can see, the other characters are okay. So the only surprise here is Druvis, in my opinion. Druvis is holding really, really well, considering it's a standard character and it's plant, and she has the whole petrifying thing. So which means that you want to use Satsuki if you want, and which also means that you don't have Jessica, right? Otherwise, you really don't want to use Satsuki if you have Jessica and you need plant. So it's very surprising to see Jessica here. And then we have Spathodea. You have the Beast Boys there, the Beast Boys, and Anna Lee and Big on Bloom Classic and Shamane. Shamane is pretty high. I would have put him on T2. Now, it doesn't mean that I hate Shamane. I mean that it's kind of a hybrid character, and I wasn't sure because I don't have him, right? I wasn't sure on my CN account. I have it on the CN whale that I can use, but I wasn't sure that a P0, those are all P0 by the way, P0 would perform really, really good for a T1, but he does. I'm pretty sure it's because of his passive of like Natural Blessing that is still going on even if you're not P5, and the debuff that he does, right? So thanks to that, it's probably like holding on T1, as well as A Knight. I mean, now they have, we don't, but they have the side tube. I believe it's called Balance Please. I'm not sure, but yeah. So you can see there, Spathodea. I feel like Spathodea was like a little bit of a bummer overall. I really like Spathodea. I really like her gameplay, but the burn fucked her up. The burn ruined the character, in my opinion. The fact that you have to have 15 stacks of burn, it's really annoying and it's hard to maintain. And sometimes you actually want to use Ulu instead. No, instead as well, which is another -1 on the spots on your party, which forces you to play a certain type of Afflatus as well. So what if I don't want to bring a mineral? What if she's weak to whatever I'm fighting, right? So it's poor Spathodea, but even then, even though after all of that, if you properly build her or if you P5 her, you will destroy everybody thanks to the conversion of and double crit damage from the ult, right? Now, the other characters, Chu is everybody knows and nobody is surprised. Even a P0 is an absolute insane unit. Nobody is was expecting her to be anywhere else than T0, and she's probably gonna be there for a long time. Now I'm pretty sure I think the CN bros are very happy with the character since it's a CN New Year character. It's gonna be it had to be really really strong, right? Because I really like that time of the year. They hold it dear, so the character had to be insane. Now I'm really curious to see where Getian is gonna place, mainly because it's probably an experimental character. I will get him because I like his concept. I don't know if he's gonna be super strong or if he's gonna have any important flaws, but I feel like it's gonna be a experimental character in the sense of that it's gonna have new mechanics that other characters in the future are gonna use, and they're gonna release Getian and test him with the players in the game and see what we can do, what we can find, and if those mechanics are worth like doing again in the future. For example, the domain expansion, right? We also saw it already on the 1.3 content. the the, the divination cards that you can use, the star cards that you can use, they actually apply the scenario. They do the domain expansion already. So I'm really curious to see where is he gonna place. Is he gonna be strong? If he plays a T1, I'm happy. To be fair, but we're gonna have to see that one on the 1.7 tier list. For the rest, is the usual suspects. Ezra goes back to T2, while on Limbo it was T1 because of the Afflatus. Sadly, for all the Ezra lovers, it's Ezra is too niche. I know that there are a lot of people that like Ezra. Okay, I'm not saying he's bad. I never said that. I'm just saying that it's very niche and it's specialized in a little bit of everything, right? But since it can't self-sustain, self-heal, not self-sustain, it can't be a solo sustainer. That's what I wanted to say. It can't be a solo sustainer because you're gonna get blasted constantly. You're gonna get a lot of damage, and you can't mitigate it endlessly because you would have to play his cards over and over and over and over to keep the shield up. On top of that, he loses HP every time you want to debuff. Sure, the mushroom are nice. The +1 Eureka, +1 Moxie is fine, but if it was +2, it would be better. I feel like he could use a buff. It could use a buff. Yenisei is strong as fuck. Is this global? Yeah. I mean, she's probably T2 because there are other healers that people use. For example, Tooth Fairy, right? And then situational healers. So as you can see, the only healer that is available now that it's like T0 is Tooth Fairy, and every other healer is T2 because it's basically a matter of like choosing which Afflatus you want to bring or which character you're built or not, right? So you don't use Sotheby without Jessica, and you don't use Yenisei if they're planned, right? So that's probably that's why all the heroes are here, but this doesn't mean anything. I really like Yenisei. I think she's strong. You feel free to tell me why I'm wrong in the comments. I think she's really strong. I'm gonna pick it up. I mean, there's no way you don't pick it up from 1.6 if you pull, but yeah. So I'm gonna check these if there is anything weird. T3 Voyager, I feel like it's because they're very niche and they fill different roles. If as a placeholder, if you don't have the better version, right? Or if you want to do something specific, so you don't bring Voyager if you don't need CC. That's what I'm trying to say. Babel is kind of where she should be, right? It's fine. Kanjira, same. Satsuki, same. They're very, very niche. The other characters that could be DPSs, like these two, are here because of the fact that there are better options, right? And if you have every character, then you wouldn't bring her, right? Bring them or build them either. T4, classic people. Sadly, I feel like this Digger got pushed back down because of all the other characters that still do the same things as him. Sure, they don't do Nightmare, but you don't need Nightmare all the time, right? So they want like they would bring Shaman instead if you think about it. So that makes sense. These are the very situational or meme or doing something specific kind of characters. So don't mind the gray tier. It's always the same characters. Nothing crazy is happening. So and Limbo just changes with the Afflatus. So take this one with a grain of salt. But the global one is where it's at the moment, what they're thinking. Okay, so I think that's it. Sorry for the low quality. I'm gonna try to. I need to reinstall the editing softwares and stuff like that. So for now, bear with it. I'm gonna try to speed run the fixing, but yeah. So for that's it. Talk to me in the comments. Talk to me now. Smash the like button. Did it lit? Check if it lit. Subscribe. Did it lit? It should lit. It should lit on YouTube. The thing, right? I don't know. Maybe it didn't. Well, anyway, thank you for watching, guys. See you next time.